Hey, this week's homework is pigeon and flying pigeon. Eka para Galavasana. Have fun. Okay, let's start with this week's homework being one of the least enjoyable postures, I think, for me. So maybe you have some compassion if you love this, and if you don't like pigeon, then yeah, I understand. Come into figure 4 position, left foot up. Do my classes, you're gonna remember doing this before, and then stretch forward. If you cannot come forward at all, elbows down here is fine, but don't push against it. Just lift away from the pelvis, right? If you can go lower, down lower, and you're gonna bring your hands down, touch your fingertips to the ground. Basically, all you want to do is breathe your upper body onto your legs. Okay, you can bring your arms to the sides. It's going to look like this from the side, belly towards your spine. And let's just keep it a little longer. You can bring your hands down or in front of you, whichever you like. You can bring your hands forward and sit low. This one is going to be the hardest. Very calm. All right. And there we are already. Okay. So you should do the stretch until your upper body is touching your legs. If that's not happening, don't worry. Actually, this is more strength-based, so it will change quite a bit if you do it more often, right? It's like half chair, half pigeon. Okay, let's do it on the other side. Stretch your chest forward. Breathe. Bring the butt back. Lift the chest. Try and reach the floor. Think of something nice if you hate this. You should always try and keep a normal breath. It's really hard in hip openers to keep breathing normal. If your face is going to make any weird shapes, you know you have to back off a little bit. And if you can, bring your arms to the sides. Maybe your upper body is touching already. Maybe you can bring your arms forward. Let's just keep breathing 10 more seconds. Belly in. Sit low. Stretch the hip. And change. Okay. Let's come up again. So this is the first stretch. If you can go further, let's go down towards the ground. We're going to go a little bit more passive. I will, however, always keep a little bit activity, but you're welcome to passively stretch in this one. Now, if you like to do pigeon this way, I invite you to do it this way for now. It'll be harder on your hip, but if we want to do flying pigeon, which is arm balance, you're going to need this position for the hip, right? The good thing is we don't have to be flat with the hip on the floor, so it'll be easier on that side, on the right hip, in this way. Okay, so stretch forward. First position could be pushing your hand against the thigh and lifting the chest up. This is very active. You can push the heel back, or if you prefer, you can lie down on it. Just like this, forward, relaxing the head. Generally, if you feel a lot of stress in hip openers, you want to relax your head, even if you're like active legs. You'll try and learn to relax the forehead onto something, blocks, hands, whatever it is, because somehow when we relax the neck and the shoulders and the breath, it all travels down. You relax the hips more. If you can, in the end or from the beginning, as you wish, you can bring your hand against the foot. Turn the elbow out in the same angle as your leg, and then try and reach the chest forward over your foot. This one is quite intense. Breathe. And change. Okay. Other side. Push your hands down. If you wish, you can do this longer. I'm going to switch sides. Bring your left leg forward more. So it doesn't have to be parallel, but quite there. And then you can tuck the toes if your knee hurts, or if not, you can relax. I don't mind. It's more about this position, right? The hip. And then stretch forward. Again, you can keep this active. This is hard for you. You can sit on a block here. You can push your hand against the thigh and lift up the chest and try and like reach the right hip more to the floor. Then the left hip will sink too. Right hip front, left hip back. And then if you are comfortable, you're welcome to lie down forward and relax. Every day is different. If this is hard for you, try to do it after you're warmed up, after a class. It's hard to imagine some people do this in the morning after waking up. But there's all kinds of people. Okay, then move to the side and bring your right hand, touching the left sole. Elbow same angle as the left knee, and then just opposing, and then stretch forward over your foot. That would be the most intense stretch in this way. Breathe, calm. If your knee hurts at any cost, push your foot against the hand, and if it doesn't release, then please just back off. It is the hip that is tight. Often has nothing to do with the knee. If you're twisting the angle though, it is the knee. So be careful about it. That's also why I prefer to do shin forward variation. Anyways, let's do the third one. That stretch. And that is actually the flying pigeon. So I'm going to give you 3 variations just because it's a little bit harder. You're going to start in the same position as we started off, in figure 4 position, and bring your upper body down onto your leg. Now, by this time, you should be feeling better. With the pre-stretch, bring your armpits in front of your leg and wrap the foot around your shoulder. Grab the floor with the fingertips. Maybe you have to go forward more. And butt stays up, belly in. Just lift the left foot to the butt. That would be the easy variation. If you want to train your core accordingly, just lift up the leg, stretch up the leg, keep breathing. Right? You might be feeling this in the right hip. That's okay. And the third variation I wanted to give you is to switch legs over tripod. So for that, we're just going to do the other side first. Easier to switch after we did both sides already. Okay, so again, armpits in front of your leg, grab the floor, wrap the foot around your triceps, belly and foot to the butt, or stretch the leg up all the way. It is eventually core and shoulder strength, triceps maybe even a little bit. If you want to try, just very gently try to bring your head down. It's not that easy. Stretch the left leg up. So you need to like really hold it with your hands and your arms, right? When you're trying to lower the head down. And then we're going to bring the right leg down in front of the left thigh. Figure 4 like we did. And move with the left knee, the right foot in. Belly in. Move onto your hairline. Push against the floor, or even lift the leg up if you can. So this, if you can't do this right away, that's okay. Another way would be to just not right away go from the arm balance, but go from tripod. So I'll show you that entrance one more time. Tripod will be here. You go into figure 4, just upside down. You're flexing the foot. You're bending the right knee. Make sure your foot is wrapping around shoulder. Push into the heels of the palms and come onto your hairline. Lift up and stretch the leg up all the way. Right? Okay, so this should give you something to do, and it's definitely a more active version of Pigeon, although the hip stretch, even in the arm balance, is quite, is half passive, half active through the foot and the shin. Okay, thank you so much. I see you next week.